Hey, Bucs fans, we are back here at Real Bucs Talk. And as you guys know, the Buccaneers fired Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator. And now we're looking at potential options for a replacement. And as you guys see on the screen here, we all know this guy, Todd Monken, who is the current offensive coordinator for the Georgia Bulldogs and also a former offensive coordinator for our Buccaneers back in 2016 through 2018. And really just wanted to go into his offensive philosophy and how it matches what we're looking for personally, us two, as far as the next offense for this Buccaneers team. And Mark, I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to take it away. Todd Monken, let's see what you have to say. What do you feel? How should you win games? How should an offense be run?
The number one thing we're paid to do is, and no one really cares who you have. We do have more options at receiver, probably in some spots. But at the end of the day, whether it's using our backs, using our tight ends, using our receivers, I mean, that's what you're paid to do and figure out a way to score and not turn it over. Actually, it's not a really rhetorical question. It's fair in the fact that I do like to throw it. I think people think that I don't like to throw it. And I'm paid to score. I'm not paid to win, I'm paid to add as part of that score, but I'm also paid to be responsible to winning. And so there's a big part of where they think that Kirby dictates we do on offense. No, he dictates that we be smart. He dictates that we be explosive and that we utilize our personnel, do everything in our power to win games for the University of Georgia.
Plus, I want you to talk on that immediately because that was music to my ears. But
Yeah.
talk on explosive, everything you can to win the game, to use your personnel right to win the game.
Yeah.
Explosive
Yeah.
points. I hear a lot of good things.
Yeah. I mean, it's everything you look for as far as, modern day NFL coaches or even for college, just putting your players in position to be successful, but also be consistent at what they do with a good game plan. But I mean, he talked about it passing. He loves passing and, obviously a pass first coordinator, but being balanced enough. And he'll get into that in the next part of the video. But yeah, pay to score. That's obviously the number one job as an offense coordinator. And you got to put up points, but you also have to be, like you said, explosive, smart with the football, and find ways to win the game at all costs. And that's what he's doing, being responsible to winning with his explosive attack, first. And that's what we want to see.
Well, it's huge. He said, I'm paid to score. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not here to paid to win games. The team that wins the game, he's supposed to score points on the board.
Right.
Leftwich didn't do that. He got a big
Yeah.
goose egg the last game he coached and at home in the playoffs. Disgusting. But let's keep going on. Bring old Todd Monken up here and let's hear some more good philosophy here, guys.
And that's what we should be doing. And believe me, when I'm thinking game plan wise, I'm thinking about how we can be explosive and yet how we can run the ball to help us be explosive. It all fits together. And you can't control the game if you can't run the ball comfortably. You cannot control the game. You can have a bunch of statistics that make it look better, make you feel better. But if you can't run the ball comfortably, you can't win the game. And that's from a guy who likes to throw it. And my whole background's wideouts and quarterback. So I do want to throw it. I enjoy throwing it. Years ago against Mississippi State here, we couldn't run it. We didn't run it very good at all. That was on me. We threw for 400 yards, thank God, and we won the game. Cincinnati, we turned it over a bunch and didn't run it nearly as well. Well, luckily, we could throw it. I think the biggest thing is, are you able to, when you're not having success at one or the other, you're not just one dimensional. You're not just a running team where, okay, we get behind, we're having trouble throwing it, or we're a passing team. Then when we have to run it, we can't. But, it's out there. It's part of it. It's unfair because you have to do whatever you need to do to win the game, and that's be explosive and not turn it over.
Massive. Like nothing
Yeah.
but good talking points. The fact that he can't be one dimensional. He knows he loves to throw the ball, but he
Mhm.
knows you have to have a running game to win games. Balance is always there. I mean, yeah, when he was here in Tampa, he had plenty of offensive weapons to pass it to. Peyton Barber was his running back, and they were not running the ball effectively. There was no speed to the outside with running the ball, so it was harder for him to establish that. A good
Mhm.
gritty runner, but there was no threat he's going to get outside. That limits you in a running game position. So they're forced to throw the ball, and then you have a guy inconsistent decision maker in Jameis Winston. I mean, you would see multiple times we could score in bunches, but then
Mhm.
we'd shoot ourselves in the foot. How many times do we say that year week after week to credit
Right.
Byron Leftwich? Just Jameis throwing interceptions. And it didn't matter if it was Ryan Fitzpatrick or Jameis. It would be mistakes, but the possibilities of explosives were always there in this offense. And if he's learned even more from the college ranks, air raid, and stuff like that, I mean, and the talent that's on this offense, that's insane. The ability what he could do with this. But this is all based off of a philosophy that a potential offensive coordinator has. Either way, to me, it's a lot of good things.
Yeah, absolutely, and it remains to be seen if the Bucks are even interested in bringing him back or if he is the top target. But just with the words there that he brought up and just the philosophy that he has, obviously, you would have to be excited about it if he did come back with not only the talent that he would have on the current roster, and obviously it's an upgrade from where it was back in 2016 to 2018. You feel comfortable in allowing that guy to operate your offense and have full control of it, and see what he can do and not be under a dirt cutter or any of that nature where he could come in and do what he wants and obviously have a game plan installed that would be more effective and efficient. But yeah, I mean, right now I would say he's probably one of our top candidates as far as we go in our opinion. But we want to hear from you guys. What do you think of potentially adding Todd Monken, or else are you looking at? Feel free to leave the comments. What do you think of this video? Be sure to hit the like button. Do all those good things. And with that said, until the next one.